Hi, it's Cheryl with Make and Share, and it's Inspiration Week at InkCon 3 with the reveal of 3 new Atelier inks. First, we have Sweet Petunia Pink, Trinity Teal, and Shark Tooth White. And I'm going to share with you how I use Atelier inks in my B6 Traveler's Notebook. I'm going to do a weekly layout, and so here's my notebook. It's just a plain dot grid notebook. And I'm going to mask off part of the planners. So I'm going to do a sidebar that's a gradient background. So I'm using low tack tape, and I'm going to add just one more layer just to kind of give myself a little bit more room to of protection. And then I'm going to use the Trinity Teal on the left side, and then a foam blender. And then I'm going to just work from the bottom up with the color concentrating or having darker color at the bottom of the page. Since this is a planner, the planner pages aren't really meant to blend really well with ink, so I kind of do this dabbing method and just gradually kind of build the color or work the color out. And I do put this piece of paper just to protect the pages behind the planner, just so I don't get the ink on the other planner pages, since it is a booklet. And there will be moments where you may not like the way the gradient background looks, but the more you work it, the more the color would kind of blend more smoothly. So just keep working the color and building the color, and it'll look really nice. And now that the teal side's done, I'm going to use the Sweet Petunia Pink on the other side. So I'm going to mask off just like I did on the left side, and then I'm just kind of doing that to make sure it's aligned. And then I will use the Sweet Petunia Pink and a foam blender, but this time I'm going to work from the top to the bottom. So the gradient background didn't blend quite as nicely as I'd like for the pink petunia, and it's my own fault. So I'm using the Shark Tooth White to actually correct and kind of make the gradient background or blend transition into the white a little bit more smoothly here. So it's kind of nice to have this nice highly pigmented white ink that could help smooth out the background. And then now I'm going to use the Trinity Teal and the beautiful clear stamp set and stamp some flowers onto the background. So I'm going to use the teal on the lighter portion of the gradient, and I'm just kind of doing a random kind of pattern or a random background. And the Atelier inks do come to you super juicy, so if you ink up your stamps and use it in the planner, you should ink up your stamps with a light hand. Otherwise you might get some shadowing or bleed through. then in the darker teal area, I'm going to use the Chartreuse White. And as you can see, the Chartreuse White ink is highly pigmented, and so you can stamp onto darker backgrounds and get a very nice image. And now that all the stamping's done, I am removing the mask to reveal a nice clean edge. And I will do this a similar stamping on the right side of the page as well. But this time I'm going to start off with the Chartreuse White just because, as you can see on my ink pad, I have a little bit of staining from the Trinity Teal. So I'm going to use the white first, and then I'll use a Sweet Petunia Pink after that. And then now I'll use a Sweet Petunia Pink on the lighter gradient area. And then I'll remove my mask on the right side of the page. And then now I'm using a white gel pen just to add some little dots, just to add a little bit of a more whimsical touch to the side panels. And then I'm also using the white gel pen to make some corrections, or to kind of clean up some of the areas where I may have put some ink where I didn't want it to be. And then now I'm using some Tombow twin tone markers to add some of the some dots to the lighter area. And now I'm just using a straight edge to add a line just for some accent to the page. And then now I'm going to divide up the planner pages for the days of the week. So I'm going to make 4 rectangles using a straight edge. I accidentally made that one too small, so I have to redraw the line. Now I'm going to stamp out the days of the week, and you can see that the Atelier inks that you get a really nice, clean, crisp image even with very tiny, detailed stamps. And since I have 8 boxes and there's 7 days of the week, I'm going to stamp in a calendar, or an October calendar, on the lower right side of the page. Now I'm going to draw in the lines to divide out the days. Same thing on the pink side. And I'll add a little line right there just for some accent. And then I'm going to stamp out the dates. Then erase out all of the pencil marks. And then just I'm going to draw a little heart just to divide the day and the date. And there you have it, a planner layout using the new Atelier Inks. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you. Bye.